Favor, if you feel like you're somebody, put your hand up. This is the quote I tell my kids. If a nobody can influence a somebody, then the nobody wins. But the question of the day is, who the fuck are you? Nobody. Think about that. I don't let people tell me what I can and can't do. It won't happen.
Hey.
So he's saying big guys ain't gonna sell. I'm like, okay, all right, whatever. Don't do this, don't do that. Okay, whatever. Like, it don't matter what they say. You gotta, whatever you believe, you go for it. And you gotta understand, before you succeed, you must first learn to fail.
Years that you would advise people to avoid.
I did a lot of things wrong. May I have a piece of paper?
I'm sorry, Sid.
May I have a piece of paper? Blank sheet of paper. Can I rip it?
Go ahead.
All right. Children, young guys coming to a lot of money. This is $100. What you want to do is you want to rip the 100 in half. 50. Save it. Don't even touch it. Invest. Put it away. Don't even look at it. Now you got 50 left. Now the smart people, the real smart people, the billionaires of the world, they'll take half of that 50, put all that away. This right here, have fun. You want to buy houses, you want to buy cars, you want to buy planes, you want to travel. This right here is what you have fun with. This right here is what you need for when you retire. So you invest, you put it away, you save it, you don't touch it. This is the house money. This is what you play with.
Gave you this life lesson: never be satisfied. And there's a story behind this with the trophy, which I think is really interesting.
Yes, my father was a drill sergeant, and he was the type of gentleman that you never question. So when I was young, let's say I went on a Saturday, you know, playing at the local Boys and Girls Club, we'd celebrate, trophy be there Saturday. When I wake up on Sunday, it'd be gone. So never asked him why. Wow. So finally, when I made it to the NBA, I asked him, I said, why you used to take all my trophies when I was young? He said, because I never wanted you to be dissatisfied. And you know, it actually worked, because I would come in and be like, oh, you took the football trophy? Watch me get a basketball one. Oh, you took the basketball trophy? Watch me get a baseball one. And it was...
it worked.
Yeah. You know what?
My favorite story, and I don't want to disrespect anybody, but after my first championship, Wheaties. My people say, hey, man, why don't you be on the cover of Wheaties? I said, I can't do that. They said, what do you mean, brother? Breakfast champions? I said, don't know what it tastes like, never gonna taste it. What do you mean? I said, well, Frosted Flakes will always be my first option if you want to talk cereal business with me. Then Fruit Loops, then Fruity Pebbles, period. There ain't nothing to talk about. When I do business, it's never about the monetary aspect. It's about changing people's lives.
You guys were poor, did not have a lot of money, but there's one time your father's Philip is taking you out to get a burger and sees a homeless guy. What ends up happening?
He's driving and he sees a homeless guy in some army fatigues. Like, if you ever saw a guy in army fatigues, he's pulling over, so he sees a guy, he makes a U-E in the middle of the street, he's talking to this guy, and he recognized the platoon that the guy was from. Man, I know, did you know what? Yeah, I knew him and in there. So the guy was down on his luck, and my father we had like 5 double cheeseburgers left. My father had $20. And in my mind, I'm like, what are you doing, bro? I'm gonna eat that later. When y'all go to sleep, after everybody get there, I'm gonna eat. What are you doing? Like, I'm like, you know, selfish at this point. Like, you finally get some change. I get to stop eating army crackers and army cheese. This is my food. So he gives the guy the food, and he gets in the car and he slams the door, and he got a little tear in his eye, and he just looks and says, if you ever make, and like, I remember these words, if you ever make it big time, make sure you help those in need. And then on Thanksgiving, you know, he would go to the barracks, round up the troops, and we'd have blankets, we have all the army rations that they were getting ready to throw away, whatever we can, Spam, peanut butter, bread, give it to the homeless people. So those are 3 things that I do today because of what a man that made $30,000 a year taught me. From a woman who was a secretary who probably made $20,000 a year. They taught me that. So, you know, a lot of people, when they look at me and the charities that I do, this is from the heart. Piece of advice I would give you is to never stop moving. If you believe, you can achieve. I used to have people tell me all the time, you're not gonna make it to the NBA. I used to have people tell me all the time, you're not that smart, you're gonna be like all those other athletes, you're gonna be broke when you're done. And my biggest piece of motivation was my mother, right? So whatever your motivation is, when you have real motivation It causes you to stay focused.